I experienced I and not I as one. The sound filled my very being. It filled all being. It was all being.
Mm.
And then I go on to talk a little bit more about this. But I think for me, what's important is that in reading Heidegger, to experience what he experienced, or what so many others experience, what many of our listeners perhaps have experienced, I think is captured in these small moments of our lives.
Yeah.
And that's why I tend not to want, naturally, as a scholar, there's the language of the scholar, and there's the language of the text, and there's the language of the terminology. But that doesn't get to the heart and soul of the experience. And I think it's in these small moments we have that we can share with one another that shines a light on this experience of being, or this experience of mystery, however we call it. And I think you captured that so very well in your own words there.
Yeah, that yeah, I mean, just hearing you read that, because I've read your book a couple of times now. So hearing that from you, you talking about this experience, you're right that it really holds for me this sense of, on one level, something grand, yet so
Right.
personal and near and intimate at the same time. These moments where,
Yes.
like, this huge mystery that's bigger than we can even conceive, yet at the same time, it unfolding in such a particular way. And I have much resonance with that sense of that those moments seem to be a glimmer, a gleaming, a shimmering, as I've heard you talk about, right?
That's right. That's
That
right.
that there's something about the language, right? Especially in our times where everything, right, is, the way that we kind of worship the immanent in this, everything being explainable or explicit, that technological kind of in framing, all of that kind of indicates that for me. There are certain things that that hold their reality in a kind of silence or concealment or withdrawal. Like that's the way they are. And therefore, to explicate them, right, is in some senses to change their nature and turn them into something else. But this kind of language that, or like personal intimacy that it takes, it seems to me, to evoke the silent without making it a sound, right? That 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 strange place where it's as much, you're saying so much more and not saying it, right? In fact, saying it would be stealing it from itself. Would it no longer would be what it is, but this pointing, right? And letting the withdrawal be the thing that's most near.